Robo formation or Megazord is usually combined from several Mechas or Zords. These Zords are usually shaped like vehicles or animals according to the Ranger's theme. However, in some cases, instead of using vehicles or animals, they use Humanoid Zords or Mechas as their components. So in this video, we'll discuss some Megazord formations that use this concept. I think there are only 5 of them, and let's start with number 1. Muteki Shogun, Ninja Sentai Kakuranger. This concept was first used in Season 18 of Super Sentai. Muteki Shogun served as the first combination mecha, built from 5 humanoid mechas called Giant Beasts General and a Crane mecha. This formation was mentioned as early as Episode 1, but made its debut in Episode 4. Unlike previous Sentai teams, instead of piloting them, the Kakurangers transform into the Beast Generals themselves. Each Beast General is themed after a different animal matching their respective animal motifs. In this version, they have a finishing attack called the Vacuum Hurricane, where they stack up to create a rotating pyramid formation like a tornado before striking their opponents. When combined, they form Muteki Shogun, a humanoid robo formation whose design closely resembles a feudal Japanese castle. The combination process is relatively simple, without breaking down each part, where Black Grama and Yellow Kumard form the legs, Red Saruda forms the torso, White Kark and Blue Logan form the arms, and the crane becomes the mask and crown as a complement. Muteki Shogun is armed with a mighty flaming Shogun sword, which is able to defeat nearly any yokai with its flaming blade. This combination was used in almost every episode of Kakuranger. The costumes were designed to be bulky, making them less flexible and more difficult to perform battle choreography compared to their secondary mecha. In addition, they also have 5 other humanoid mechas called Beast General Fighters, but they can't be combined into a single robo mecha like the Giant Beast General. O Blocker, Choriki Sentai, O Ranger. In the following season, O Ranger. A similar concept was featured with the O Blocker, the second combination mecha formed from 5 blocker robos. Each blocker was designed based on the visor of each ranger. When summoned, they will appear in a unique way, where each blocker robo is launched through a kind of cannon from their headquarters. Blocker Robo is armed with giant versions of the battle sticks, the personal weapon of their respective O Ranger, and the King Blasters. They were agile and able to fight freely according to their unique abilities. Similar to the previous mecha, they only require a few folds to form the O Blocker Robo. They will be stacked in order, where Pink Blocker forms the lower leg, followed by Green Blocker on top, then Blue Blocker, Red Blocker, and finally Yellow Blocker, forming the arms and head. O Blocker is armed with twin blocken swords that can be combined to create a giant energy blade that he uses to destroy giant machine beasts. The Blocker Robos debuted in episode 33, but the O Blocker combination was first used in episode 34. It was only used 11 times throughout the series. VRV Robo, Gekisu Sentai Car Ranger. VRV Robo is also the secondary mecha built from 5 VRV machines owned by each ranger. VRV machines can transform into humanoid mechas called VRV Fighters, including V-Fire, V-Police, V-Dump, V-Dozer and V-Rescue. The VRV machines will be stored inside the Vic trailer when not in use. The VRV machines debuted in episode 30 as new battle machines replacing the RV Robo, which had been taken by the enemy. The VRV Robo formation was only used 11 times throughout the Car Ranger series and making its debut in episode 31. In the VRV Robo formation, V-Dump and Dozer will form the legs, followed by V-Police forming the waist and thighs, then V-Fire forming the torso, while V-Rescue will become its arms. VRV Robo is armed with a V-Laser and can equip itself with Vic trailer arms as a pair of cannons on its left hand and right hand. I don't really like the VRV fighter, but the combination of VRV Robo is quite good. Well, the practical effects and proportions of the mecha seem unbalanced, making it feel a bit cheap. But what do you think, guys? Comments below. Magi King, Maho Sentai, Magi Ranger. Similar to Kakuranger, Magi King is their main mecha combined from 5 humanoid mechas that are giant forms of each ranger themselves. The 5 humanoid mechas are called Magi, and they don't pilot them except in Magi King formation. Magi come in different sizes and are based on ancient mythological animals, including Magi Phoenix, Magi Garuda, Magi Mermaid, Magi Fairy, and the big one, Magi Taurus. Although formed from 5 humanoid mechas, Magi King's composition is quite different from the previous ones. Instead of each mecha forming specific body parts, Magi Taurus becomes the main component, forming most of the legs, body, arms, and head, while other mechas form armor with Magi Garuda forming only the wings. In Magi King formation, their consciousness returns, and they gain a new control room resembling a chessboard. In addition, all humanoid mechas except Magi Phoenix can combine to form a dragon, highly effective for aerial battles. Zenkaioh All Formation, Kikai, Sentai, Zenkaioh. This is a bit complicated, but I'll include all Zenkaioh formation. Zenkaioh is an anniversary season where the mechas take the form of previous mechas, which are also the alternative forms of the rangers themselves. They literally grow without changing form because their ranger costumes are already in that form. They include Zenkai Jiran, Zenkai Gaon, Zenkai Majin, Zenkai Vroom, and Super Zenkaiser. This case is similar to the VRV machines in the previous part, where they have 2 modes, humanoid and vehicle or animal. They more often use their animal versions than their humanoid versions when fighting in giant mode, but the concept is essentially the same. Only 2 mechas are needed to form the standard Zenkaioh formation. Some possible formations are Juragaon, Vrumajin, Juramajin, Vrugaon, and Super Juran. And in the ultimate version, Zenryoku Zenkaioh, all mechas will be combined except for Super Zenkaiser, which is replaced by Zenryoku Eagle. Zenryoku Zenkaioh does not have its own costume, being CGI only, and it was only used 6 times throughout the series. So that's the list for now, guys. This concept is indeed rarely used. As seen in 49 seasons, there are only 5 of them. If you like discussions about Power Rangers or Super Sentai, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video.